way down upon the Swanee River, far, far away. There's where my heart is turning ever. There's where the old folks stay. All the world is sad and dreary. Everywhere I roam. Oh, brothers, how my heart grows weary, far from the old folks at home. All up and down the old creation, sadly I roam. Still longing for the old plantation and for the old folks at home. All the world is sad and dreary. Everywhere I roam. Oh, brothers, how my heart grows weary, far from the old folks at home. And when will I hear the bees a-humming all round the cone? When will I hear the banjo strumming down at my good old home? All the world is sad and dreary. Everywhere I roam. Oh, brothers, how my heart grows weary, far from the old folks at home. I like that old Stephen Foster song. Some of the familiar songs we used to sing to aren't sung so much anymore. I guess they're considered old hat, but I always liked that one. Kind of also reminds you that you look for places where you feel comfortable throughout your life. And sometimes you look over the next hill and it looks greener, the pasture. And you take off and you go over there, and then you look back and wish you were back where you started from. Guess that's what that old song's about. Same thing can happen in just a day. Old blues song that kind of suggests that. If I'd known my captain was blind, darling, darling. If I'd known my captain was blind, darling, darling. If I'd known my captain was blind, wouldn't have been to work till 9:30, darling, darling. Now I asked my captain for the time of day. Darling, darling. Asked my captain for the time of day. Darling, darling. Asked my captain for the time of day. He got so damn mad he threw his watch away. Darling, darling. Now if I'd have listened what my mammy said, darling, darling, if I'd have listened to what my mammy said, darling, darling, if I'd have listened what my mammy said, I'd be right home now in mammy's bed. Darling, darling. Oh, I asked my captain for the time of day. Darling, darling. Asked my captain for the time of day. Darling, darling. Asked my captain for the time of day. He got so damn mad he throwed his watch away. Darling, darling. As I went down to tour a market for to feed, I fell in with the wealthy farmer at the barnyards of Delgarty. Linton Addy, Turin Daddy, Linton Addy, Turin Day. Linton Addy, Lauren, Lower in the barnyards of Delgarty. Now they promised me the one best horse ere I set my eyes upon. When I got to the barnyard, there was nothing there but skin and bone. Oh, it's Linton Addy, Turin Daddy, Linton Addy, Turin Day. Linton Addy, Lower and Lower in the barnyards of Delgarty. Now when I go down to church on Sunday, many the bonny lass I see, they're sitting by their mother's side, and they're winking o'er the pews at me. Linton Addy, Lauren, Lauren, Linton Addy, Turin Day. Linton Addy, Lauren, Lauren in the barnyards of Delgarty. Now my candle is burnt out, me snutter's fairly on the way. Fare you well, you barnyards, I'll never see a beer again. Linton Addy, Turin Daddy, Linton Addy, Turin Day. Linton Addy, Lauren, Lower in the barnyards of Delgarty. I can fight and no be, I can drink and no be drunken. I can fight and no be slain. I can cart with another man's lass and still be welcome to me, eh? Hey, it's Linton Addy, Turin Daddy, Linton Addy, Turin Day. Linton Addy, Lauren, Lauren. at the barnyards at Delgarty. That's kind of a drinking song and a fair song, you know, the local fair kind of thing from Scotland. This next song is kind of an American humorous song. I have no idea how old it is. I figure it's probably from sometime around the turn of the century. The fella in this song sings about his girlfriend as if he knows all her faults and doesn't mind telling the whole world about them. But he always ends up telling her he loves her. Going across the plains, charming Betsy. Going across the mountains, Corley. And if I never more see you again, great God, remember me. Rich gal lives in a big white house. Poor gal lives in a frame. My gal lives in the Nashville jail. It's a big house, just the same. I'm going across the plains, charming Betsy. Going across the mountains, Coralie. And if I never more see you again, great God, remember me. Rich gal wears the sweetest perfume. Poor gal would like to wear the same. My gal smells like an old billy goat, but I love her just the same. Hey, I'm going across the plains, charming Betsy. Going across the mountains, Coralie. And if I never more see you again, great God, remember me. Now a rich girl drives a shiny Rolls Royce. Poor girl drives a Model A. But my gal just has to use her thumb and she'll get there anyway. Going across the plains, charming Betsy. Going across the mountains, Coralie. And if I never more see you again, great God, remember me. Going across the plains, charming Betsy. Going across the mountains, Coralie. And if I never more see you again, great God, remember me. Charming Betsy. Wonderful girl, I guess. I don't know about that billy goat thing, but this next song is from well before 1700. I've read some notes that people attribute it to story about Sir Walter Raleigh, but I'm not sure that's the case. It's been around so long that I suspect the reason it was around so long is that the folks that were not part of the nobility, the peasants, the craftsmen, etc. in England, liked it a lot because it spoke to the integrity of the nobility, which was sometimes absent. Story about a young lad who saved the frigate, the Golden Vanity. There was a lofty ship, and it sailed on the sea. And the name of that ship was the Golden Vanity. And she feared she'd be taken by a Spanish enemy as she sailed in the lowland, 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 sailed in the lowland sea. Up spoke our cabin boy, loudly outspoke he. He said to our captain, "What will you give to me if I swim alongside of the Spanish enemy? And I sink her in the lowland, 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 sink her in the lowland sea." I will give you silver, and I will give you gold, and your own fair, my own fair young daughter, your bonny bride will be, if you'll swim alongside of the Spanish enemy and sink her in the lowland, 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 sink her in the lowland sea. And the boy, he made him ready, and overboard he sprang, and he swam alongside of the Spanish enemy. And with his brace and auger in her side he bore holes 3, and he sank her in the lowland, 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 sank her in the lowland sea. And he slowly made his way back to the crew, where the captain did not heed him, and his promises did rule. And he scorned the poor entreaties, as the boy did loudly sue. And he left him in the lowland, 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 left him in the lowland sea. And he swam around till he reached port side, and up unto his messmates he fully bitter cried, "Oh, messmates, draw me up for I'm sinking with the tide. Oh, I'm sinking in the lowland, 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 sinking in the lowland sea. Now his messmates drew him up, and on the deck he died. And they wrapped him in a hammock, which was so fair and wide. And they lowered him overboard to drift with the tide. And he sank in the lowland, 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 sank in the lowland sea. Oh, he sank in the lowland, 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 sank in the lowland sea. Cowboys who were out riding the trail at night sang songs to keep the cows quiet, and they were usually quiet, pretty ballads. Then when they went to town, to that saloon you remember from cowboy movies, the songs changed. Rye whiskey, rye whiskey, rye whiskey, I cry. If I don't get rye whiskey, surely I'll die. If the ocean was whiskey and I was a duck, I'd dive to the bottom and never come up. Rye whiskey, rye whiskey, rye whiskey, I cry. If I don't get rye whiskey, surely I'll die. Way up on the mountain, I wander alone. I'm as drunk as the devil, ain't got me no home. Rye whiskey, rye whiskey, rye whiskey, I cry. If I don't get rye whiskey, surely I'll die. It's beefsteak when I'm hungry, whiskey when I'm dry. If hard drinking don't kill me, I'll live till I die. Rye whiskey, rye whiskey, rye whiskey, I cry. If I don't get rye whiskey, surely I'll die. There's a good old tune you hear when the Bristol old-time fiddlers are playing. They like to play a tune called Rosin the Bow. And Rosin the Bow is a real old fiddle song, but it has a lot of words to it. It has 2 sets of English lyrics, British lyrics and a set of Irish lyrics, and a couple in America, including Acres of Clams. Well, I hope you had a pleasant time playing for you. Hope you had a good time watching. I travel this world all over, and out to another I go. And I know that good quarters are waiting to welcome old Rosin the Bow. To welcome old Rosin the Bow. To welcome old Rosin the Bow. Oh, I know that good quarters are waiting to welcome old Rosin the Bow. When I'm dead and laid out on the table, oh, a voice you will hear from below. Send down a hogshead of whiskey to drink with old Rosin the Bow. To drink with old Rosin the Bow. To drink with old Rosin the Bow. Send down a hogshead of whiskey to drink with old Rosin the Bow. Get you a half-dozen fellows and let them all stagger and go. Dig a great hole in the meadow and in it put Rosin the Bow. And in it drop Rosin the Bow. And in it drop Rosin the Bow. And dig a great hole in the meadow, and in it drop Rosin the Bow. Now I hear that old tyrant approaching, that cruel, remorseless old foe. And I lift up me glass in his honor, take a drink to old Rosin the Bow. Take a drink to old Rosin the Bow. Take a drink